Hi, this is Paul Davies and welcome to this presentation on 3 reasons why all startup founders need to sell. Reason number 1, until you have identified the right strategy for the sales in your business, you're wasting your money in hiring sales staff. Until then, any expense you have on hiring a new salesperson is really a waste of money. Instead, startup founders should be looking for as many possible ways to distribute their product. Find different ways to sell, learn along the way, and over time you'll identify the best way to sell and distribute your product. Reason number 2, any sales hire you get at this stage will not understand the customer's problems that you're trying to solve as well as you do. As a startup founder, you have a very strong why you stopped your job, why you gave up certain things to start a startup. And that why is a powerful reason that you can use to influence future customers. So I suggest share your why, and this why is way stronger than any new sales hire that's at the early stage of the company. No matter how talented the sales hire is, at the very early stage of your startup, they're never going to be as influential as the founders. So what should you do? Here are a few suggestions. Leverage your status as a startup founder. You can do this by building relationships with people in business, with different industries, particularly the industries you're selling to, and government leaders. Work on building your public profile and use all these things as tools to support and promote your startup. The final reason, and I think the most important one to think about, is that you cannot afford a highly talented salesperson. You may not know this, but top salespeople are already highly valued in their careers, earning well over $150,000 per year in their respective industries. Somebody earning that much money and looking at your early stage startup will see your venture as very risky. You're more likely to attract at this stage part-time and less committed sales resources. Think about what you could possibly offer them at this stage in the game where the business is barely started. You could give them a generous slice of equity or high commissions. All these things are really difficult, and the task to get sales is a challenging one. So you're more likely to be wasting your time at getting these types of resources in, and as I said before, you can't afford them. Your efforts to train and get them up to speed will eventually be wasted because they'll find other jobs that are not as hard that pay them a regular income. Instead, as the founder, you need to be selling and growing the business through your own hard work. Once you get the traction, and you'll be able to afford to scale the business properly with good sales resources. Here are some suggested next steps. Find a really good sales mentor. Usually the best one would be close to your geographic area and has years and years of experience in selling to the same industries you're targeting. They can give you some really good shortcuts and tips that you'll take years to discover. So find a great sales mentor is really important. Number 2, set the sales targets for the founders. As founders, you are the sales team. You need to each be working hard to learn how to sell and also achieving targets. This is the only way that your startup will be successful. Number 3, although the actual selling is the job of the founders, you can make it easier by farming off one aspect which is fairly easy to reproduce, and that is the setting of appointments or the opening of leads. Once you've identified the right process that's repeatable, hire a good person that could do this for you. Appointment setters are usually not as expensive, and they can make your week full of sales meetings, which will increase your effectiveness and ideally get you more deals through the door. And lastly, keep learning. Don't stop learning, because sales is something that every day is different, and you'll keep growing and learning as you keep your mind open. And finally, good luck in your startup journey. Keep checking the Startup Sales Coach websites for more information and more tools and training on increasing your sales effectiveness.